Hi there everybody, it's UK independent demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a slightly different card. A lot of people are currently doing these longer cards rather than the standard sort of tenfold card, and a few of my team have been doing this recently and I'm a bit intrigued. So I had a little bit of a go and this was the card I've made. So to get this, what I've actually done is cut a sheet of A4 paper in half and then scored it in half this way. Okay, so instead of usually when I have my A4 paper, I cut it in half here and score here to make my tenfold. Instead, what I've done is cut it in half here and then scored it so that I have a long piece of cardstock. And I have used the Timeless Tulips photopolymer stamp set today. Love this, and it does have a coordinating punch. It is available from my store, which is slimandstylish.com. If you go up to the header and click buy, it will take you to my store, as is everything else that I am using in today's tutorial. So let's get started. And then you'll have to let me know whether you actually like the longer cards. I mean, I didn't think I would, but I do think this is quite cute. So drop me a message, let me know what you think. So sorry, today I'm using this tulip here and the hello up the top. Okay, I've already got them mounted onto blocks. And for the colours, I've done a little bit of a rainbow. So this is Rocher Rose, which is there. Crushed Curry, which I've got just there. Granny Apple Green, Seaside Spray, and Highland Heather. So I've got one of each. So I've got a piece of Scrap Whisper White. I'm just going to pop those over there so I've got some space. And I'm just going to take each one and stamp it out. What you will need for this is your chamois, so that in between each stamp you can just wipe the colour off there. So I'm just going to, because I don't want to have any green mixing with my crushed curry or anything else. So move that off and put the lid on. Crushed curry. Now my crushed curry label, I don't know if you can see, is loose up here, so every time I try and push that in it causes me problems. I can see I'm going to have to get some adhesive on there and stick it back down, but for today let's just do it that way. It is better if you get them in, because you get a very stable base there for your ink pads, but like I said, mine is just doing this on purpose, so I'm going to have to adhere that down. Chamois again. Highland Heather. Okay. Chamois again. Now my chamois I actually keep in a old stamp box. So we have when UPS deliver my packages, I'm not normally in because I'm normally at work, so it gets delivered to the newsagents down the road, and I don't know whether it's my delivery driver or whether it's the newsagents got a bit like heavy-handed with my box and they broke one of my stamp cases. I picked the box up and the box was all mashed as well, so I emailed Stampin' Up demonstrator support, and they are lovely, they really are, and they sent me out a pack of spare stamping cases in case it happened again, and one to cover the other one. So this one is actually cracked somewhere. Is this one of the spare ones? I can't remember, but it's shattered, so it has a gap in it, which is perfect, because if you pop them into a stamp case and close the stamp case and leave them in there, they're going to go mouldy. You want to get some air around them. So it was perfect to have a shattered stamp case. If you haven't had that happen to you, which hopefully you never have, then you can purchase the stamp cases spare, or just a DVD case really, but you can purchase the spare stamp cases from my store, slimandstylish.com, and just pop a hole in them. And then they're perfect. Look, it fits in there. Just spot on, really. Okay, so you want to punch all of these out, which I have done separately to save time. So there they are. And what I've done is I've popped them in rainbow colour: red, yellow, green, blue, purple. And the middle ones I have popped flat on my card, but these three I have popped up with some dimensionals. So I'm just going to take my dimensionals and I'm going to pop a couple on there so that they stay popped up. Two. Okay, and then I've got all my card pieces. So I explained how I made my card base. These two were a little bit trickier, so let me give you the measurements. For the mat that goes underneath, this is smoky slate, and it is 21 centimetres by 7 centimetres. And the white sheet that just goes on top of that, just like that, so it covers the middle part, is 20 centimetres by 6.5 centimetres. And I'm ever so sorry, I think I said that the grey mat was 21. It's not, it's 20.5. So the grey mat is 20.5 by 7. The white one is 20 by 6.5. Okay, hopefully you got that second time round. I think I was being a bit dense the first time. So what I've actually done is line this up on my sheet so it is pretty much in the middle. Okay, so you can see I've got the same gap both sides on my 4 and my 12. And I'm going to pop the green on. Now this is unusual for me. Normally I will do the stamping first, but today I'm popping the toppers on just so I can check that I'm in the right place for my stamping. Okay. And then I'm just going to pop these so that they are the same on both sides. So it's just touching the bottom, just touching the side. Move that back where it was so I can measure up on the other side for the purple one. Just touching the bottom, just touching the side. And then I'm going to flip these and pop on some multi-purpose liquid glue. Okay. And I'm just going to pop these in between the two there, keeping sort of the circular balance going on. Okay, now I'm going to do the stamping, and instead of actually stamping it with smoky slate, I chose to do it with basic grey just so it was a little bit darker, because these are quite bright colours and I didn't want the sentiment to get lost. So I'm just going to stamp that directly under the green like that. If I'd have done it with smoky slate, it would have just been caught the ruler, slightly subtler, and I really just wanted the sentiment to stand out against the multicoloured tulips. So I'm just going to take my dimensional backings and put them in the bin, because me and the dimensional backings always have fun and games. And take my multi-purpose liquid glue again, and I'm just going to adhere this flat onto the backing sheet, and then I'm going to adhere that flat onto the base card. And these tulips work perfectly for the long, thin card idea. They're sort of just the right size. I quite liked the effect. So that's that adhered onto there like that. And then for just an extra little bit, I have used the Snowflake sequins, which are from the mini catalogue for Christmas, and you can also pick these up from my store, slimandstylish.com. And my fine tip glue pen and my take a pick tool. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of the fine tip glue in between each one of the tulips, sort of the same sort of height to make it a half circle, kind of in the pattern the tulips are going in. And then I just use the end of my take a pick tool. The putty end is great, it just picks up the sequin. You can drop it down, but it's so much easier than having to play around with your fingers and get them stuck everywhere and knocking them over and everything else I used to do previous to having to take a pick tool. So that's my card. What do you think? Do you like it? Have you been using these long and thin cards? Let me know. If you do like it, please do give me a little thumbs up or leave a comment. And as I said, all of these items are available to purchase from slimandstylish.com. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.